can sample both songs.
But yes, you know, it's that deep vocal
Soulful,
thing. Yeah, that's
yeah.
exactly what it puts me in the mind of.
Yeah. Okay. I thought the same thing too. Okay, go on. James, who?
No. I mean, you said we right before this song, all along, she has always had that texture.
Yeah, that thing going on. Yeah.
Yes. So.
She's her voice. I think her voice hits you once you put on, once you start to listen.
Yeah, but does anybody know what had happened to her? I mean, there's this a bit of a long gap from the last time I heard from her.
In fact, much more than that, if you can call it.
Yeah.
But what happened? That I think it's used the word life happened.
Yeah.
So
that famous thing.
Yes, that famous thing. Getting married.
Okay. That's the major life that happened.
Relocating or relocation.
Oh, she relocated?
Yeah.
From Nigeria, away from Nigeria.
Yeah, she's in America now.
Well, I'm proud of you.
I'm really proud of you.
She relocated.
Oh, are you sorry? I'm proud of her.
No, but not
she relocated.
Before now, like, how many years ago? And then
yeah, but you know, I'm just hearing about it. That's why I'm just like, you know, whatever the case is, she still deserves my congratulations.
So I have caught up in the Rapture by Anta Baker. Let's listen just for a few seconds and hear it here.
I was feeling like a genius right now.
What?
I was feeling like a genius.
Like, you know, she looked at the jam. You know, she did it. She did it.
She never sure she has not played Rapture. Let's see now. I hope.
I just want her to sing. Alright, we're coming back now.
Okay.
All right, I'm sure I intentionally allowed you guys. You know, they heard you when you said I'm feeling like a DJ.
Yes,
I know. Also, that's Anita Baker. I think but Yemi has a more her bass.
No, I mean as the song as this song particularly as this song goes, you will feel that's what I'm saying.
All right, excellent stuff. Okay, let's get on straight to our stories for today. You heard Yemi Love My Heart. You can go online to search for her. She brilliant music. Love the texture of her voice. Right, new things to look forward to. Phyno set to release his 4th studio album on May 25, 2021. Award-winning Nigerian superstar Phyno announced that he's set to release his 4th studio album. On his Twitter page, he wrote that album 4 is coming with 2 pictures. Since the turn of the year, he has been on the run with songs like DJ KYC's Highway and Mastercraft Egmont. The album will be a follow-up to Hedy's nominated Deal With It, which was released in 2019. Guys, looking forward to Phyno's album?
Absolutely.
What are you looking forward to, actually? Let's even do a pre-analysis. I haven't heard anything, but what are you expecting from Phyno? He's been on a highway, but highway is such a jam. So I'm looking forward to what I think he's been on a creative.
What's it called? He's on the roll actually.
Yeah, on a creative
because
roll,
apart from that highway that you talked about, there's also doings that he did with Flavor.
Okay. Oh,
that's another fantastic song.
Yeah.
But I don't think. What else can you expect from Phyno? It's now not in. I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm just saying that we know when you mention Phyno, one thing comes to mind. First of all, it gives you that whole Igbo hip hop traditional vibe, Eastern vibe. Yes. So, and I feel like that's what we expect from this album. I don't think he has never changed.
I don't know. I know. You know, I kind of feel like I don't know. You know, the last album wasn't quite as what's the word now? I don't want to say groundbreaking, but yeah, wasn't quite as
Deal With It.
Yeah, Deal With It. Yeah,
no, but it won an award.
No, it didn't. It was nominated. I think. I don't think Hedy's gave it an award at the time. Okay. But I'm thinking that the album before that. What's the first one? No Gods, No Glory, right? Yes, that was the first one. Then the other one, the Playmaker. The second one, the second one was Playmaker. Second one was Playmaker. Then Deal With It. So in my own view, I think in terms of the popularity, and maybe even in terms of the artistic, the ambition, I feel like Deal With It is to my mind the third in 3. The third in 3. You know, so in my head, I'm actually hoping that the song with KY's Highway, which is like an incredible song. Kind of like forecasts what the 4th album will be about. I think I want him to be. I feel like Phyno deserves a lot more. No, exactly. Yeah, to be something that's like more galvanizing for the country. I think a lot of what he's done over the past 2 years since the last album. In fact, from the last album's release was to try and pretty much go back to the East. But I'm thinking that we need someone of Phyno's stature to occupy the same kind of space that Olamide occupies till now. Phyno had that initially when he showed up, but I feel like there's been like a decline in terms of like his reach. Yeah, because like I said, No Gods No Glory and The Playmaker were quite successful albums. Speaking in terms of Nigeria as like a whole. But Deal With It was something that, in fact, I haven't forgotten the title of the album. Imagine that, but I remember the first two. So I think there's something he didn't quite get right over the past 2-3 years, and I'm hoping that he gets that now, because I think Highway puts him in this fantastic position where he can actually get a lot more of us dancing.
All right. Okay, so let me mention that we have more news, good news from Nigeria to the world. Burna Boy, Joe Boy, Omale, Buju, Thames emerge as part of the most streamed artists in the world on Audiomark. Now, on May 24, Audiomark released their records over the past few weeks, and Nigerian artists, like the ones I've mentioned, topped the list, which ranks artists across the world in different categories. In the list of the most streamed artists in the world for the week ending March 24, Joe Boy emerged as the 5th most streamed artist in the world after Burna, who came 3rd. The list was topped by American rapper Rod Wave, while NBA Youngboy came 2nd, and Drake collaborator Lil Durk came 4th. Interesting. Now, Audiomark, is it because of the kind of streaming platform it is? Is it more friendlier to people in these parts, or is it just that? Because I mean, look at
so
the
this part. First of all, Audiomark is free.
Oh right, okay.
Yes, I was going to say. In fact, James, you should have a greater perspective on what's happening with Audiomark actually.
Yeah, please tell us.
No, I mean, I'm just saying. It's not like I have inside gist, but that's what it is. When it's free, people tend to want to use the platform a lot more. Now, but apart from that, being the highest on this, I don't know if it's factual that it's this list, that this particular information, if it's a fact.
Yeah, no, they said they released.
We had these people the highest.
No, they do though. It's
Audiomark. Oh
yeah, it's Audiomark that released the report. Yeah, that's what I was asking. That's what I'm trying to clarify. Okay, the authenticity, how strong a platform is it? Is it just because I mean, look at number 1 and 2. It's not like.
They probably need to give us more.
No,
Just give us more. Maybe how many millions? How many?
Fair enough. The thing is, I think we should admit that Audiomark is like, I don't know, number 5 or number 6, if not number 10, in terms of streaming platforms for music in the world.
No, I think we should admit just say in Nigeria.
No,
in the world actually.
Okay. It's free music because
of course there's Apple Music. Apple Music I think is still number 1, or Spotify. One of them is number 1. I don't know who is number 1. One of those two. Then even here, things like Boomplay is still ahead of Audiomark, I think. Then there's the one from Kenya, Mdundo, MDU and DO or something. I think those guys too also I think they have a lot more subscribers as well.
Okay.
So the Audiomark model is interesting. My own fear is that if you are not using the subscriber money, if you're not getting revenue from subscribers a lot, I do not know how long that could possibly.
They have adverts on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, but it's an ad-supported model. I don't know that the ad-supported model is one that is fantastically sustainable over a period of time. Because, like I said, the top two, they use a combination. In fact, I think Apple Music is actually entirely subscriber-based.
Yes,
exactly. So
Spotify is number 1, by the way. Spotify followed by Apple Music.
Okay, good.
But
exactly.
There's that rivalry.
Yeah, exactly.
Audiomark is not top 10.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, so there's something there. There's something there, because I think if you're talking about streaming platforms in the US, I don't think anybody would mention Audiomark.
Yeah, I mean,
so I think that's part of why they've come here.
Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, YouTube, Tidal, Deezer, Pandora, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Google Play Music, LiveX Live, Qobuz, TuneIn Radio, YouTube Premium, Prime Phonic Sound. So you can see I'm listening.
That's like the top.
Yeah,
that's the top one, exactly. So it doesn't even show up. So, but it is important for one reason here, and the reason is that no matter what happens, for artists, numbers are numbers.
Course, yeah.
So I think what happens actually is that if you have a certain amount of numbers, and you have like a decent team, the team takes those numbers and says, maybe we can start talking to sponsors. So that's, I think, the best thing about Audiomark currently in the Nigerian market is that, you can take those numbers, even if the figures, I think that per 100 or per 1,000 streams are not quite as lucrative as getting the same amount of streams with Apple or Spotify. Yeah. It's not actually, but at least you can say, it means something is happening here. Yeah. You guys, I mean, like a corporate sponsor, listen to this, or at least pay attention to us. So I think that's actually what they're using it for.
So besides that,
because also look, James, the reason I'm saying that I'd like to compare numbers with the top streaming apps because when you have I'm not no disrespect to these people, but if you're talking about Nigerian artists that people listen to, I don't want to say the usual, but Davido, Whiskey, they're not on this list. You'll be surprised.
So that's something I was going to touch now. When it comes to this streaming, digital marketing and promotion, one of the biggest artists, if not the biggest in Africa, is Mr. Easy. And
it's not the biggest, though. It's not the biggest. One of the biggest. One of the biggest. I think Burna Boy is probably higher these days.
So, and then, of course, you understand Burna Boy's takeover at this point. But in the past how many years, it has been Mr. Easy.
So tell us the science
behind that. Because Mr. Easy, first of all, understands that digital marketing when it comes to music.
No, James, sorry, just to check you something. I don't think he's the highest. I think he's the most efficient with using it. I don't think he's actually the highest.
I'm married to a musician. I don't understand it.
He's actually one of the highest.
He's one of the highest. That's what I'm saying. He's not the highest. He has never been the highest.
He was for a very long time.
He wasn't the highest. James, I think I disagree. I don't think he was the highest.
Okay.
But anyway,
we'll clarify that.
We'll clarify that. Understandably, because
I
mean, we now have the Grammys and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
So how did Mr. Easy get that? What's the size?
So it's about it's just like let's use YouTube for instance.
Yeah.
People who have huge numbers on YouTube today. A lot of them started years ago. A lot of them had come to understand how to. I mean, you can hear somebody like Soulja Boy who brags every time about how he's the first person to, have or first hip hop artist to run things on YouTube and made a lot of money back in the day. And that's exactly what it is. Someone like Mr. Easy had put in the work way back before a lot of people woke up to that whole digital.
Okay, we need to go on a break now. We need to go on a break and then talk about other stories.
We'll talk about it off.
The reason I'm loving this is because there are people who are listening to us. I know a number of artists, upcoming new artists listen, and it's important for us to give them tips like this because these are things that are maybe we should have a music conference on Grapevine one day. Just
music business discussion, frankly, because
just talk
James
about
knows a bit about that. I know a bit about it as well.
The marketing, the pushing, because we get tons of emails of people wanting to promote their songs. So I know they listen to us. So maybe we should think of it. If you would like that, please send us a message to encourage us. If you'd like a music conference on the Grapevine 981, just get some tips, information, marketing, copyright, etc. Let us know. After this break, we have some stories to get through. Drama as Seun Kuti disagrees with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu at his sister's birthday. We'll see how true that is. Dave Chappelle says he wants to act in Nollywood movies. Stay tuned here on Smooth 98.1.
Yes, let's come to this. So here's the thing. So the thing is this. I don't think Mr. Easy has been like the most streamed in terms of streamed artist in what's it called in Nigeria. In Africa, wherever it is, because over the years, Whiskey. Yeah, no, exactly. So Mr. Easy, but the thing is this: Mr. Easy has, I think, constantly been in like top 5 or maybe top 3 at some particular point in time, But here's the thing: with him is that
who's not as popular. If you are calling now, you're not going to remember Mr. Easy.
Yes, I understand. Yeah, I agree with that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying pure numbers. I don't think he's been like top 3, top 5, but I don't think he was ever number 1. So, but the thing is this: that Mr. Easy is that he's somebody who seems to understand what to do with those, with that data. So normally I think I was interviewing, in fact, Valo now, the Malays guy. And what happens is that with Apple, they give you this bunch of data. So people like Mr. Easy are like, you know what? We are popular in Aberdeen, in one Colorado or something in the US. Mr. Easy's team will now say, you know what? Let us find a way to play in that particular city. You understand? So he knows that, you know what? There's lots of attention here. If we do a tour, I mean, like maybe 2 or 3 spots there, we will get some kind of money. So that's the kind of person Mr. Easy is. Like, she's looking at the data. Most people are not, because if I'm talking to all these guys, they're like, oh, Apple gives them a bunch, or Spotify gives them a bunch of data, but the thing is too much that they don't know what to do with it. Mr. Easy is the person who has, you know what, he will settle down and look at that whole thing like, okay, what is happening here exactly, and what can we do there? So that's pretty much why Mr. Easy is the person who is always coming up when these questions are discussed. It's not like he was number 1, but he's been the person who has used that data the most out of all of these guys. Yeah.
Well, that's very.
It's very impressive because it's been, and again, he's such a smart guy. He did a song recently with them. This guy with these Latino guys?
Yeah.
J Balvin.
A Grammy winner or Grammy nominee.
Yeah, I think he's actually
winning. He actually won the last Grammy.
Exactly. Yeah. So and that's because, of course. all because of them, the Despacito popularity, when those guys had this crazy amount of like streams, you figured that, you know what, this was a way in which you could get into that market. Exactly. I don't know how it finally panned out for him, you know, but it's a great idea.
10 most streamed Nigerian artists of all time on Spotify.
All right.
Who?
10 most streamed.
Okay, yeah.
Nigerian on Spotify. Number 1, Whiskey. Number 2, Burna Boy. Number 3, Mr. Easy. Understanding.
No, I did not argue that. I said I don't think he's number 1. I feel like top 3, top 5. I know that for a fact it was. No, it's impressive. No, I'm not taking that away from the guy. So very impressive.
I'm not saying so.
But you have to remember one thing something I did not mention was about Burna Boy, was about their connection with London, by the way. You know, before we go to the streaming platforms, people in the UK already had it, and Mr. Easy and Burna Boy have a strong London connect. So I'm just saying that's one of the reasons why.
Smooth 98.1, love music, love life. It's still the Grapevine 981 here on your smoothest dial on radio, and I have with me the gentlemen. We have Oris. I love it. And James Silas.
Yeah,
I love it. Okay, so today we're going to go straight into our stories, or right now we're going to go to our stories. And if you'd like to contribute to the conversation or want to say something, chip in something, please do so using our WhatsApp platform 0809 444 0981. Twitter is at smooth981fm, and use the hashtag grapevine981. We're streaming live on YouTube, and we just got a masterclass on YouTube during the break, so that's why you shouldn't miss our YouTube broadcasts. youtube.com/smooth981fm Lagos. Right, drama as Seun Kuti disagrees with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's entourage at his sister's birthday bash. Happy birthday! She turned 60. Yani Kuti, the first daughter of the legend Fela Anikulapo Kuti. So she's like the Olori Ebi of the Fela dynasty. And she turned 60, grand style. She's also on TV, so she's still very relevant in terms of media. And apart from her music, managing the Africa Shrine and all that. So that's another story on its own. But there was mild drama at her 60th birthday party where the governor attended her birthday, also her brother, who is music star Seun Kuti. It is alleged, because it's an allegation, it hasn't been confirmed, because Yeni has come out to that Seun walked out of the party. According to a source who attended the party, the drama started after Seun was prevented from going through the security protocol of the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Seun was said to have been prevented from walking behind the governor, who was already seated. That didn't sit well with him, as he protested against the security arrangement and angrily walked out of the Africa Shrine, which was the venue of the party. HIP TV filmed his furious walkout, and also when his elder brother and music veteran Femi Kuti intervened and calmed him down. He was later brought back to the venue of the birthday party by Femi. In a tweet shared via her Twitter page, Yannick Kuti revealed, that's the sister, that Seun was angry over the manner the security details attached to the governor treated his wife. So there have been rumors about why he walked out. Some say it's because of Ensa, I don't know. But look at what happened. It's because he was defending his wife. Please, guys, what do you think?
So it's very important that when these stories come out sometimes, that we just sort of exercise patience or listen a lot more to be sure about the details of the news. When I saw this the first time, I actually thought that he just wasn't having it, that the governor came to the party at all. And then maybe because the way the story came out at first was that he walked out on the governor. Maybe because I saw one part where the governor was holding the mic.
They said he flipped a bed at him actually.
And then he walks out when I thought he walked out when the guy was talking. So, and then this other side of the story sort of makes sense. I mean, when the governor is around, the security details can be, I don't want to say overzealous.
Overbearing.
No,
it's actually overzealous.
Overzealous, yeah, that's a good word. It's
what it is, right? They just cover the territory and make sure it doesn't even matter whether it's your party or it's your house, you know. So, but Seun has always had his reservation when it comes to people in power, leadership, you know, a lot of things that are going on in the country.
He's an activist like his father.
Exactly. So, I mean, I thought he went too far when he flipped the middle finger you know.
Did you see a video of that?
So I didn't see the video. All I saw of him was him leaving.
Reported.
I'd said initially. No, it wasn't. That was somebody who tweeted that.
Someone said Odogo Makanaki, Mazi Chinedu or something like that on Twitter said Big Bird. Shehu Kuti reportedly showed Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu his middle fingers before walking out on the governor. The occasion, Yemi Kuti's birthday, then he quoted Hip TV.
Yeah, so Hip TV had a video of him leaving the venue. Then this guy added the fact that he apparently had like produced, apparently produced his middle finger.
Edited that part.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
I mean, generally, I'm not surprised that Shane acted this way. Anyway,
what would you do? What would you do if the entourage of the governor, or even the president, assaulted your wife?
What can you do?
What can you do? To be fair, there's really...
No, he did something that he walked out.
He walked out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, of course, that's something you could do. But I thought you meant something more, I don't know.
No,
equal and opposite, because it's not possible.
No, please don't.
There's nothing you can do about that one.
Not in Nigeria. But yeah. So just to set the record straight, because there were many stories going around, and his sister already said he has home training. Even if you're going to disagree truthfully, because you might not like the actions of the government, but you have to respect the office of the governor or the office of the governor.
But is there something we are not talking about? If Fela was alive, would this would be a thing that happened in the shrine?
I don't think Fela will even let the governor come into it.
That's what I was thinking too, you know. So
I think so.
Yeah.
Fela?
I don't know. I feel like
on his birthday. What has the governor done? The governor hasn't done anything. Has he done anything?
I wouldn't know about that, to be honest. No further comments, Your Honor.
All right. Okay. But yeah, so that's interesting. So let us know what you think, guys. Do you think if Fela Kuti were around, let me put some respect on that name, Fela Nicola Kuti were alive, would he host government officials in his home, at the Africa Shrine for his birthday? Remember, it's an occasion, so it's not like it's just hosting.
Whatever the case. Whatever the case.
Okay, let the people
let them say.
Let's go on to let's swim international waters. Dave Chappelle says he wants to act in Nollywood movies. Okay, actually, the water is in between international and local. American comedian Dave Chappelle has been watching Nollywood movies and wants to act in one of the movies in his next career move. He said this during his appearance on the Joe Rogan podcast when he was asked if he would consider acting again. He said, I have this weird idea. I want to go to Africa and do some of these Nollywood movies. I've been watching them and how people can solve problems with so little resources. Was that a shit?
No.
You know what? You look. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts concerning this. Now there's a part of this, to be honest, that actually is a bit
look
of.
Look at what he said. Let me wait.
Right.
People that say he's not shading us. Asked if he has an idea of a script for the movie. He said he doesn't need one because it doesn't seem that these Nollywood movies are acted with scripts.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. So there's a part of this, frankly.
I'm sure he watched Akiampopo. No.
There's frankly a part of this that is just pure mockery, to be honest. You know, and it's certainly sad to say, it's certainly to be expected because a bunch of the movies that actually travel, which is kind of funny, right? A bunch of movies that actually travel from here or overseas are really not our best, to be fair, to be honest. You know, they're really not our best. Over the past 5, 6, 7 years, maybe since 2011, 2013, there's been like a huge change in what Nollywood has come to represent. The problem is that news is not going as far as the older Nollywood is. That one is pretty much what has said. That's pretty much has established what we are as a cinema consuming culture. So everybody thinks of Nollywood as about Nollywood. But the movies that actually go to the cinema, some of the ones that won't go to the festivals in Europe, for instance, they don't really travel. I mean, people like Chappelle clearly has never seen such a movie because he would not be saying this thing wasn't scripted because some of them are very, very clearly scripted. But the problem is, that those films have established us as these people who just, somebody just goes on set and just talks and it's impromptu and then bam, 4 days later there's a film. And so that's the problem. So, but it's a part of this that's also, I think, interesting for us. Maybe if this actually happened. Actually, I have a bunch of friends in Hollywood, and one of them, I wouldn't say who he is, told me that there's a chance that he might be contacting Chappelle on this.
Do you know how many people have already Kemi Adetiba, Mo Abudu?
No, exactly. Yeah. No. Now we hope people like that probably get to this. Exactly. So we hope they'll. But the fact is, that is not what he meant.
Yeah.
He meant Asaba. He meant Akiampopo, like you mentioned earlier. Actually, that's actually what he meant. But hopefully, we can find a way to say, bros, this is not what we want. Let's tilt you towards this.
Let me tell you the truth. All right. What is the difference between Aki and Chief Daddy?
As somebody who has interest in Hollywood, I shall commit my reserve. No, but she has a point. Let's face it, she has a point.
What?
One of them is just more colorful and has better cameras
and more money and more people. Tell me the storyline.
But in terms of like the aesthetics, in terms of like the artistic, the writing.
People are shaking. No. I just want to ask. No, I'm even being serious. Tell me the storyline of Chief Daddy.
There's a better film that Mo has done. Okay, Olotu is a better film. But I don't think Chief Daddy qualifies.
I want you to picture quality.
No. James, that's production value. You're talking about the artistic sensibility of the films.
I'm talking about.
It is from the same artistic sensibility, the same type.
This script writing we're talking about. Tell me the script. Tell me. Is it not a slapstick comedy?
Exactly. You're the greatest. But she has a point.
Who directed it again?
It was Funke Akindele. So,
but she does comedy movies.
Exactly, yeah. So I mean, and it's a particular kind of comedy movies. You know, to be fair, our own film, The Omogeto, I think is even a better storyline than Chief Daddy was. You know, Chief Daddy is just intentionally, she's actually correct.
It was meant to be. I enjoyed it. I think I've watched it more than once, but. It has no. What's this? I'm just trying to say that. Don't think it's just as about movies, though. Even in
the big screen.
Let me start mentioning some of them because they will just close us. If we invite any artists, they will not come. All right, let me take some comments and we wrap up. Right, Shehu says if Baba Fela were still here, the governor would not even be allowed to govern from within Lagos State. It had to build a new office at Berger or something. Now Baba Fela will they talk here. Then he says Nigerian movies, crap storylines, dumb comedies, zero everywhere. Chappelle is right.
How about that's too much. You guys should watch some of the films. There's a film coming out on Netflix soon. I think it's called Commissioner Wa. Maybe that might change your mind.
Yeah. No, I've seen some movies,
some exceptional ones.
Movies, and the great storyline too.
Like there's even this one, Eimofe, as well.
Oh my goodness.
Who's this? It's not. Is this our? Which show is this?
No, it's another show. It's a different show. So
that's Seumini.
I was like,
Seumini.
I don't even know who. He doesn't have his surname. Xavier from Kwagada says, Ayo, it's Yenny's birthday, so I'm sure Fela would still be a father and tell his daughter to take her party elsewhere. Government is government all the same. Honestly. Interesting. All right, thank you all so much. We're always struggling for time here on the Grapevine 981, but thanks.
Smooth FM, give us 2 hours.
2 hours. 2 hours, wonderful.
They're not Smooth FM sponsors. You need to call.
Thank you. The sponsor, tell them. They
skip
if you drop the money and you say you want
no, but 2 hours. Let's just give us 1 hour.
1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour is fine. Exactly. Yeah, we'll take an hour.
Tell them.
James can be a sponsor.
All right, please plug out, guys, before we go.
Bro,
you can be a sponsor, James, can't you?
All right, plug out.
All right, yes. So it's Catchoris, CATCH, Catchoris on Twitter, and Catchorisgram, the same CATCH on Instagram. Yeah, I'll be back next week.
All right.
It's James Silas on social media everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Clubhouse, everywhere. Holla at me. Let me know you're from Grapevine. I'll definitely holla back.
All right.
See you on the next one. Happy birthday again to Esimaro. Happy birthday, Timmy, Oluwafemi. Love you guys.
Happy birthday and happy Children's Day, everyone.
Yes, me too.
See, James also.